Hey guys, I just wanted to check in after the first week and just kind of let you know how it's going. Honestly, I'm not sure if anybody's watching this. I don't think I have any followers at this point, which is okay. I think for me this is just going to be kind of a video diary of the experience and, it's for my own sanity and maybe it's just something for me to look back on someday and kind of relive the memory if that's something I would ever want to do, and I can't imagine why I would, but anyway, just to throw that out there. Yeah, so the first week was not terrible. The diet was definitely difficult. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. It wasn't easy, and I imagine it's probably going to get more and more difficult in the coming weeks as my body fat drops, and I presume I will be eating less calories and less carbs, which are the things that make you feel good and full. And speaking of which, it's actually kind of funny because I really feel like this week has made me kind of reevaluate the way I think about food, and I've never done that before because I've never really put myself at a calorie deficit willingly, and it has been interesting to say the least. When I was at work yesterday, we had a pizza day for the entire office, so the company owners are really generous and they'll shell out and get pizza for everyone for lunch. And of course I didn't eat any, which was difficult to say the least. It was difficult smelling the pizza, and we have a company kitchen at work, so I'd walk in the kitchen and see the pizza, and the box was literally kind of open like that. I felt like it was laughing at me almost. So that temptation was definitely there. I had eaten my meal like just before the pizza arrived, so it was a little less enticing. I think if I had been hungry, it would have been like terrible. And one of the things I've noticed with eating clean versus eating whatever you want, or eating, I guess, what they call comfort foods, and why they call them comfort foods is because whenever I finish one of my meals, I'm not hungry. I'm just not hungry. That's pretty much all I can say about it. I know when I eat a slice of pizza, though, or several, as is usually the case, I'm full in various ways. Sorry, my microwave is... I'm microwaving some cream of rice for breakfast, so it keeps beeping at me. But anyway, like I was saying, I feel like when I eat pizza, I feel full in a physical sense. I feel full in like a psychological, an emotional, and a mental sense. I just feel like I feel good. I feel full. And I don't get that at all with what I'm eating now, obviously. It just makes me feel not hungry. I'm not full, I'm not hungry. I'm just kind of neutral. So, I don't know. It like I said, has made me sort of reevaluate the way I think about food. And I kind of told my wife that because she works with me, and she was having a slice of pizza. Our desks are actually just opposite each other, so she was having a slice, and she's been really sweet, trying not to rub it in my face and make it too too obvious, I guess. So that was kind of a little revelation that I had. Another revelation that I had during the week was that I'm going to have to get really creative with what I eat. I thought this first week I would just stick to my guns and just do brown rice, chicken, broccoli, and for breakfast just do the egg whites and just do the cream of rice, and that was tough. I think just the blandness of the food and the dryness of the food made it pretty difficult, and I kind of realized that a couple days in, so that wasn't a huge revelation, but no, but I kind of looked at the packet that Jeff sent me, and there's actually they don't tell you exactly what to eat, and that's for various reasons. I think that would just be incredibly time consuming and cumbersome, and trying to get somebody to buy something and not knowing whether they actually have access to it or not would be difficult. So they just give you sort of parameters, and you can kind of come up with your own meals and recipes and things like that, which is pretty cool. But there are actually some sort of suggested recipes, and like one of them is a burrito, and I think it's got steak and whatnot in it. But I'm going to do a variation on that this week on Monday, I guess, starting Monday for lunch. I'm going to do like a turkey burrito. So I'm planning, I got some whole wheat, actually they're right here, some whole wheat burrito shells. Yeah, whole wheat tortillas. And I'm planning to put some brown rice in that with some turkey, like ground turkey that's been cooked with like spices and maybe some like chili adobo or something. I think I've allocated like a couple tablespoons of salsa and some red kidney beans, so that's going to be like protein and carbs. And I'm also going to throw in, I bought like fat-free sour cream, which has like nothing in it. You know, there's like no carbs, no fat, no sugar as far as I'm aware. So I think that's going to hopefully give it some creaminess. I couldn't put any cheese in there. I really couldn't find any kind of cheese that was sort of good. I don't know if that's even something that exists. But I'm really jazzed about that. I think that's going to be lunch for the week, and I think my wife's actually going to eat that as well. She thought that sounded pretty good. We're going to put some fresh cilantro in there too to kind of give it that kind of zeal, that Mexican tang or whatever. So I'm excited about that. And my breakfast I'm going to change up a little bit. I got some fat-free, sugar-free Fage yogurt, the Greek yogurt, and I'm going to mix that with some blueberries and you know, and still have the egg whites and still have the cream of rice. But one of the other things I found for the cream of rice is some, if you can see that, that is sugar-free maple syrup. And I told my wife I bought this, and I guess it's got Splenda in it, but she was just kind of curious how sugar-free maple syrup is even possible, since syrup is basically just natural sugar. So I guess it's just it's a concoction with Splenda and some food coloring, and I guess some flavors and stuff that make your brain think it's maple syrup. So I'm actually excited about this. I think this is going to make my cream of rice or grits, that's my other morning carb, I think it's going to make those things a little bit more palatable. It's going to make them a little more moist, because everything right now is just so freaking dry. And that's been really the tough part, I think. So that was another revelation. And last but not least, I guess one of the things I realized is that I'm going to have to eat something in the morning before the gym from now on. Because I went to the gym on, it was Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, something like that. And I did legs. I think I did legs. I can't remember what day it was. But that was, I think, the first time I really got to the gym and I just felt dead. I felt like I didn't have any energy. And I did it. I went through the workout and I gave it my all. But that was the first time I really noticeably felt depleted. And I think a lot of that, obviously I'm at a carb deficit or a calorie deficit, and I think a lot of that has to do with that, but also it has to do with the fact that I don't have anything on my stomach. So if my last meal is at like 8 p.m. because I get off work so late, then, you know, I get up at like 7, it's basically about 12 hours that I haven't eaten anything. By the time I finish my workout, it's probably 13, 14 hours that there's been nothing on my stomach. So I think before I go to the gym in the mornings, I think I've allocated like 2 bananas, because Jeff said I need some fruits, and I actually needed up my carbs a little bit. So I think I'm going to try to eat at least one, if not both of those bananas before I go to the gym in the morning. That's something I can get down pretty quickly. But I don't have time to make eggs and cream of rice and eat all that and then actually go to the gym. Like, that's just not realistic. So I'm going to do the bananas before work to hopefully give myself some energy and just kind of get something on my stomach. Because if I take a pre-workout drink before I go, like, then I'm even more jittery, which is totally not cool. So that's something I've never done before. Every now and then beforehand I would have downed a protein shake on the way to the gym, but I think I really need some like simple sugar, or I don't know, refined sugar, whatever it's called. Whatever kind of sugar is in bananas, and some carbs on my stomach. So that was a revelation. And last but not least, I can't remember if I mentioned this already, but I know the really tough thing with this diet is if you allow yourself to get hungry. Like, if you ever allow yourself, if you like delay too long, and I actually think I might have mentioned this the other night. You know, I was cooking a meal for my wife, this like amazing stir fry, and you know, I was just itching to eat it, you know, and that's kind of what made me eat the chicken meal before the pizza arrived at work yesterday, because I knew if I waited until that pizza arrived, it would have just been torture. So And speaking of torture, for whatever reason, I went in for my like afternoon snack or whatever you want to call it, my second meal of chicken, brown rice, and asparagus, or sweet potatoes and asparagus, and like I totally stuck my face in the pizza box and just inhaled, because I'm kind of a glutton for punishment. So that's kind of my masochistic tendency right there coming out. But I guess that's about it. And I guess the last thing, I was at the gym today and I really hit upper chest pretty hard with a guy from work that I train with on occasion. We really killed it. And after that, I went and I was going to work on my posing. And I was in there for like maybe 6 or 7 minutes. And when I walked in this quiet room at the gym, you know, there were 2 people in there, and I didn't really take any notice. You know, I had a towel on, I dropped the towel, and I had my posing trunks on, which you've seen in, you know, my like very first video I think I posted of the posing. You know, and I didn't think anything of it, and sure enough, about 7 minutes in, I think like the manager, or one of the managers that works at the gym, kind of poked her head in, and she was really sweet. She came up and said, you know, she's like, first of all, you look really great. She's like, but we can't allow people to be in here in their bathing suits. And, you know, she said I could do the posing and stuff, I guess, as long as I had some shorts on, you know, some athletic shorts or something like that. So I guess I'm going to do that from now on, so as not to offend people. I guess there are still plenty of people out there who are offended by the sight of the naked human body, even though everything was covered, everything was in there, and I don't think anything was obscene. But, you know, the gym kind of has an older clientele. And, you know, I guess people are pretty uptight about stuff like that. So I guess, you know, I gotta respect the rules of the gym, or they're gonna throw me out. So, anyway, I guess I'm gonna get some shorts and do it in athletic shorts from now on. I thought about getting some mirrors for my apartment. I don't know where I'm gonna get full-length mirrors that, you know, I can put together. And I really just don't have the space in the apartment. I'm not sure where I would even mount them or store them, so I kind of have to do it at the gym. I really don't have a choice at this point. Maybe as I get closer to the competition, you know, I can figure out a way to do it at home, because I think I'm going to have to do it like in my posing trunks at some point. So anyway, I guess that's it. I'm actually getting ready to send an update, my first weekly update to Jeff, and I took some pictures that I'm going to send to him, and I'll probably try to tack them on at the end of this video, just so you know, we kind of have like an idea of how I look after the first week. I think my battery pack's about to die, so I should make this quick. But one of the things I did notice this week is that I feel like I do have some lines and definition coming out that I have never seen before, particularly in my legs. And I noticed this morning I could kind of see some separation in the bicep, which, like I said, I don't think I've ever seen that before. So I think I'm already dropping body fat. My weight was like 174.5 this morning, which is considerably down from what I had initially sent Jeff. I had initially sent him a weighing in of like 180. I don't know how accurate either of those really truly are. I think when I took the 180, it was like midday, you know, so I probably had something on my stomach, and I was probably more hydrated. And the 174.5 was this morning, like right out of bed. So anyway, I guess you just have to go on the visual, and for me, the visual is definitely telling. I'm definitely starting to lose the weight. So I guess it's working. Okay, until next time.